So Derek's coming back with the deck list now.
All right, we have Steven back in the feature match, so he's on the bad guy deck.
Oh, we have a bad guy?
Yeah.
Bad guy versus hero? Let's go.
We've got 4 color domain.
Hey.
Leyline of the Guild Pact? Too?
No. Oh, wait. Is it Rhinos? No, it's not. We have...
It's just 4 color zoo.
This is the same zoo list. Wait. Is there our favorite Teamer Ascendancy here? Let me look.
No. This is a different list here.
I think it's literally the same, except for the 2 Teamer Ascendancy. I think it's the exact same.
I mean, he's playing Tidebinder.
That's where the Teamer Ascendancy would have been.
I guess so, yeah.
Everything else is the same.
Deck's good, I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zoo is back, trying to be the hero. Okay, so sideboard. Sideboard is very different. Let's go through this.
Yeah.
The sideboard on the Zoo list from Raymond, we have Gigantha.
Gigantha Companion,
which exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah.
But
honestly, like pretty good juke too, because like people are getting accustomed to seeing Gigantha and saying, "Oh, energy."
Yeah.
So then maybe you mulligan with that in mind, and then what your opponent goes turn 0 Leyline, you're like, shit.
Yeah.
You gotta get that handful of removal spells. Like, what do I do now?
We got 2 Celestial Purge, 3 Consigned Memory, 2 Pyroclasm, 2 Soul Guide Lantern, 1 extra Stubborn Denial. So I guess there's a Stubborn Denial that was trimmed from the main, and there is one that's trimmed from the main. Okay. So the 1 Stubborn Denial that was trimmed from the main, this zoo list is on 21 lands. It's usually 20 to 21, but I think 21 might be slightly more common. But Raymond's list also has a different list from what our earlier round had. There's 4 Orcish Bowmasters in the main.
In the main, okay. Yeah. So I don't think he's on the Brawler, I think is the difference here.
Yeah, there's no Brawler.
Yeah.
There's 2 Tidebinders, 4 Orcish Bowmasters. Those are the flex slots.
Yes.
Okay, and then 2 Sun Cleanser and then 2 Wear and Tear to round out Raymond's list.
Yeah.
And then here we go. We got the enemy. We have the enemy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So we saw Steven in round 2, I believe.
He's
back. Steven.
Yeah, he's
still
back.
Killing it.
I got a question about Steven's list.
Yeah.
There is something spicy about this sideboard. Very spicy, and we did not catch this when he played against Storm because it wasn't relevant.
Is it the 3 White Orchid Phantoms?
It is the 3 White Orchid
3
Phantoms.
3 of them.
We have 3 White Orchid Phantoms against Zoo. Zoo, man. Like, this is crazy aggressive.
Yeah.
And between the 2 Arena of Glory and only the 1 Mountain, there's only 3 lands that can't cast at turn 2. Like, we have 3 White Orchid Phantoms.
Yeah, it's absolutely something that I've thought about in your red-white list, where it's like, you know, you could play Charmaw, that is good against colorless decks, but sometimes White Orchid Phantom is almost as good against those same decks.
Yeah.
But it also has game against other lists like Zoo.
So I can appreciate White Orchid Phantom because it's better on the draw.
Yes.
Right? So say you steal game 1, you could steal game 2 with White Orchid Phantom. Let's see what happens here. We got a turn 1 Ragavan right off the hop from
good
Steven.
Aggressive start.
Yeah. Well,
no Leyline from Raymond.
Raymond can only match it with his own Ragavan or a Lightning Bolt. Like, that's it.
I mean, Bowmasters is still a very good play here also.
Right.
Where he does get the, that's the Sultai Triumph, I believe.
That to me is Indotha, which is the Abzan one.
The Abzan one. So that's still black. So
yeah, I've only drafted Ikoria 100 times. It's the only reason I know the basic arts, even though I own very fancy arts. But yeah, that is the Indotha Triumph. So his mana
and you actually know the name of this Triumph. I just call him by the old 30-year-old name for these colors.
Well, if I named it by Apocalypse, it would be Necro.
Necro Triumph.
Yeah.
All right. So Raymond assembled domain.
Yeah, so we have the 5. Yeah, we have the 5 color combination already on turn 2. Here we go, Kavu, and then let's hope that there's not a Static Prison on the opposite side. It's Kavu or bust. Like, you already fetch and shocked. Like, we have to live or die now.
I mean, it could be Scion,
or it's a combination of Ragavan and a Leyline Binding. But I wouldn't play that. I wouldn't do that into a potential 2-drop of Johnny, right?
Yeah.
So like, you want to play Kavu here. Like, if you have that, if you have those options, you're playing into something bigger, faster, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like
because even though this is susceptible, the Scion next turn is susceptible anyway.
Yes.
So you might as well play this card.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, if we're gonna have Bowmasters, is there a reason to wait, or would you just jam?
No, you need to turn the tide here and make the Ragavan play irrelevant.
Yes.
Right? So, here we go. We got 3 energy. Let's see what he hits off the top.
Yeah. So Raptor plus.
See, like if you played Ragavan and had a removal spell here, look at the board state you're fighting against.
Yeah.
But this Kavu can still attack.
Yes.
Right? Like this Kavu is.
I mean, it's a little risky because attacking does.
Oh, you have
give
tribal
a
flames and
free-
bolt. You can kill the Ajani.
a free
That's
flip.
not fine.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but this is the situations where even if you played like Blue Red Murktide from 2 seasons ago, this is the exact situation. It's like, how do you play Ragavan in this situation?
Yeah.
Like you don't,
Yeah.
right? Like you have a 2-mana Bloodbraid Elf. Like, sorry, it's legal.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, Steven did just dump 4 mana worth of cards.
Yes.
You know, on turn 2.
yeah, and still has 1 energy to boot.
Yeah.
So the ballsy play would have been before you cast any spell, attack with Ragavan.
Yes.
See if you're willing to trade
See
2
what
for 1.
happens?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now Raymond's in the tanks. I mean, going from land monkey to monkey plus raptor plus a Johnny plus cat
Yeah,
token.
here's the zoo, right?
is
Here's
like-
the real zoo.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, I have one big guy, you have a bunch of small guys. You know, what's the follow-up here? So,
So Raymond's analyzing the situation, which
Yeah.
is dire. Like your
Yeah.
opponent has 4 to 5 cards in hand right now. Like wait, 4? 4 cards in hand on the play.
Yes.
Yeah. So, or no, he's on the draw, so he has 5.
Yes.
Yeah. And then like you're sitting there with 3 mana. It's like you have the more not efficient threat, but you have the more potent one right
Yes.
now. Like if you have a Scion and a removal spell, I wouldn't really be thinking that hard. I would jam.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it seems like best case scenario for Raymond is to have Lightning Bolt plus second threat.
Yeah.
So that he can attack, see if Steven wants to get blown out by
Yeah.
blocking with the cat and then killing a Johnny.
Yeah.
And then play second, just like
Yeah.
big dummy.
Yeah, so I think Raymond's analyzed things correctly here. Like, there isn't a Blood Moon to be feared in this list.
Yes. Yeah,
Like
that's one of the big things that I've seen the Boros players do is that some of them swear by main deck Blood Moon, some of them don't.
Some of them don't even have it in the 75, which Steven doesn't. But if you see your opponent start fetching like this, they're not playing their own Blood Moon, right?
Yes.
So here we are. We're in this situation. I want to see a Scion here. Give me a Scion. Okay, we have a
Bowman.
Bowmaster. All right,
All
so
right.
Bowmaster will hit Ragavan.
Not terrible. I think I would have preferred a hit on the Raptor.
Raptor, I agree, because the first strike is going to matter here.
Yes.
But maybe there's a different plan, so let's see what's happening.
And then binding on a John.
Okay.
Sure. See, I would have liked attack, let Steven block, and then binding a Johnny.
Or let him block it potentially, and then Bowmaster.
Yes.
Yeah, like there's lots of different situations here. Okay,
Yeah.
loot
Ooh.
the Flage.
Free
let's
Flage in
draw.
the yard. Very good.
That's awesome. That is so awesome for Raymond right now. But once again, it's just one of those situations where it's like you have to look and analyze as to what you're doing.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. So last turn, Raymond was waffling between Bowmasters and Kavu, it looked like, whether he just kills Ragavan and then
Ragavan
passes. But I think it paid off by playing the Kavu first.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Because you need to establish the tempo swing, and Kavu
Yeah.
does provide that. Yeah. It's one of those weird subtle plays, but like Raymond's usually a very focused player. Like he's delicate with his decisions.
Yes.
Played against him locally more than a few times. Like
Yes.
he's very delicate with his decisions. He's sitting there, he's analyzing the situation. So maybe he sees something by killing the Ragavan with the Orcish Bowmasters that we can't. And there's always like that feel of when you're playing the game in like real life, right? Like you're sitting there and you're playing, you're like trying to get a read on your opponent as well, right? So maybe the Raptor doesn't matter, but I don't know how, but we'll find out.
Right. It could be that maybe Raymond's just fine with just like taking 2, every turn.
Yeah, maybe he's willing to trade the 2 damage, and to me, maybe that's incentive to attack, so that he gives him the incentive to attack, and he doesn't want to lose the Orcish token. Maybe he has a second Bowmaster. Maybe he has a Tribal Flames, and maybe he's done the math where he's just like, yeah, hit me for 3, bud, because I'm going to kill your Ajani, attack you, you're out of this race, right? Because now the other cat has to chump block the Kavu if you don't want to die to a Tribal Flames. So it's potentially the right play. So yeah, Raymond just takes the knock on the chin and draws his next card. So the sorcery speed raise the alarm has been really effective this game so far.
Yup.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Raise the alarm looking the worst it's ever been.
This is unfortunate because if he had a fetch land and he attacked with Kavu, he could have escaped the Flages this turn.
Yes.
So that was also a consideration. If you just let the Ragavan live, you could have blocked with the Bowmasters on the 2/1 cat and then been able to attack with Kavu and then escape the Flage.
Yes. Yeah,
The Ajani would have flipped, but it wouldn't have mattered, right? You would have escaped the Flage, killed the Ajani, and then like established a crazy board state.
Yeah,
right?
fetch land is so huge here where if he sandbags it with 3 lands, he attacks with the Kavu.
Yeah.
Steven probably blocks with cat, flips a Johnny, and then you have to go fetch and then kill a Johnny, right? Escape Flage.
Absolutely, and he had the mana too. So like, I think there may be a little bit of pressure going on. Okay, so he is
just
tribal
flames.
So see, you can tell he had flames based on the way he played, but now this is the line that he's going with. So we're just going to, we have to attack here.
Yes.
Like,
I don't see another avenue here. Like the tempo of this game has been set. You have to race.
Yeah. Okay.
So
discard
extra lands, draw something else. Good. And Flage is ready to go next turn.
Yeah, unfortunately, it might be too late because we have no idea if Steven's hand has a land and ring.
Yeah, land ring would be really, really brutal.
Even in the face of a Bowmaster, I would slam that land ring.
Yes.
I wouldn't even question it. I would attack, see if Raymond now blocks because he didn't block last turn and he didn't attack again.
Yeah.
So what's the plan here, Raymond?
Yeah.
Like we gotta.
So Steven does have land ring. He does have plains.
I'd
ring.
attack and then slam land ring the second he blocks because he didn't block last turn and it's obvious he regretted it. I wouldn't even play this land to give my opponent the hint of the 1 ring.
No.
I would have just attacked.
Yeah, I think you swing with everything. You hopefully let him trade Bowmaster for one of your cat tokens.
Yeah.
And you go, he got you.
Yeah, for sure. Because so there's one of two situations in my mind. See, this is sort of like the weird halfway point that like people really don't understand with sequencing sometimes. But like again, Modern's a hard format and Magic's a hard game.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have played the land to not give it any information. You either do one of two things: you play land, play ring, pass.
Yeah.
Or you don't play land, you attack.
Yes.
Right. It's either one or the other. You have no idea what no idea what Raymond drew.
Yeah.
Zero clue.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you were going to go with this line and you say land ring, what if it's stubborn denial? He held up blue, guys. Like you don't know what the last card is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got double ring in hand. So yeah, because Steven.
There you go.
Oh my! And he ripped off the top too.
I told you boys.
And like.
Now you don't
it's
know.
It's nearly over now.
Yes.
This top
Raymond's
deck could
got
be.
It. Come on.
I mean, yeah, no, it's over because he has Flage.
He has Flage.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told you.
Wow. Yeah, he should have had the read that, we lose to Stubborn Denial, so maybe we just jam ring before combat, see what happens.
Yes.
Right? If it resolves,
it's one or
sick.
the other.
Yeah.
You do one play or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it worked out like that. He actually ripped stuff off the top.
I'm just saying.
The Kavu loot. That's
I'm saying, man.
crazy. But I mean, it really shows, that every one of Raymond's plays there was impactful.
Yes.
Right? Like, there was thought behind it. It had meaning of this.
I think the only slight misplay was not accepting the fact that you can just lose the Ajani. Like, you can let him flip the Ajani to play the Flage earlier.
Yes. And him having a Johnny is whatever, who cares?
Yeah, and then he would have been able to resolve the ring, but he would have lost board so hard it wouldn't have mattered, right?
Like there'd be too many things to answer all at once.
Yeah.
That 3 draws off the ring probably isn't going to get there unless you rip triple Static Prison.
Yeah.
So Steven's staring at his White Record Phantoms pretty fondly here. These look pretty good.
You know what? I might do that for my Boros deck. I'm not even gonna lie.
Even in Just Control, I thought about just doing a hard swap of Charma to White Record Phantom.
No, because in Jeskai Control, it's so hard to pressure people. You want to use the Arena Glory copies.
Yeah.
So to me, it was pretty evident that you just need to do it that way. But because a 10-turn clock is just too slow.
Yeah. It's I think it still disrupts enough because even for me, I've had some issues beating Belcher, and Phantom has text against Beldrix. It's just
Oh,
strip mine.
come on. You don't have a problem against Belgium with 4 consigned memory,
You
4
do,
force
actually, you
negation,
do. No,
4
seriously.
counterspell, 4 subtlety.
No,
you have your
seriously.
problems?
At the end of your turn,
Yeah.
they go whir.
What's that?
Whir
Sorry.
of invention.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you can't consign that. You can't force it unless you hard cast it.
Okay.
So it's counterspell or bust, right? And even then, they can just go pact or their own force, and then
You think Jeskai
untap,
Control has a
upkeep,
hard time
boom.
against the against the blue Belcher?
I've lived it. I've
Really?
lived it. It's not as straightforward as you think. You know, if the Belcher is bad and they just like jam Belcher,
Chat,
yeah,
we
you
need your
can
help.
sign,
Chat, we
delete
need your
them.
help. Is blue Belcher really that good?
I think Blue Belcher's got legs, honestly.
I just don't think anyone can actually appropriately sleeve it with all the flip cards. Technically, it's like it's almost playing like a Battle of Wits deck at that point. right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I do that with some cards, like say Fable the Mirror Breaker, because
Yes.
the card flips all the time, right? I'm sick of pulling it in and out of the sleeve.
Yeah.
So I ended up just playing it that way.
Thank you for casting today.
Thanks. No worries. Do you have an extra one for?
No, I don't need
Peter,
one.
are you sure?
I don't need one.
Okay.
Yeah. I got mine on my other RC.
Okay,
I'm
thank you.
good. I have a Supreme Verdict. We're
Nice.
good. Sure. Sleight of hand, I'll take that. Phoenix players.
Phoenix
Phoenix
players, get
Pioneer
your
players.
promo sleight of hands. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad, but I lose at Belcher all the time. It's just like the clock isn't fast enough, and they just get there.
Well, I'm
You
just
know?
gonna say this. I run 3 Teferis in my main deck for Jeskai Control.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Maybe
part
I
of it.
need a third Teferi to
Maybe
really
maybe
close
I'm
it
just
out.
like not scared because I have my new bird hero. Okay. Teferi Time Raveler, I think, is like the magic version of Vegeta because he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy
Yeah.
for so long, and now it's like, wow, I really need to play Hearthstone right now.
Yeah,
And
I
then you're
need
like,
this.
Yeah, I need this.
I need some help. Yeah, I need an adult.
I need an adult.
Yeah,
It's like,
Teferi save me.
Teferi, help me, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Here's the bad guy that he became like the hero that we all.
Actually, he's like,
that
you
we
know
all-
what? Actually, maybe this guy ain't so bad after all. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's all right.
He
He's
had
all
some
right.
bad intentions at first,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I see his ways now.
Yeah, I didn't understand what he was getting at.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not afraid to admit that maybe I was wrong.
Yeah. So I don't know. Play more Teferis. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel fine in
I'll
those matchups because it's
try
like,
it,
well,
yeah.
if they can't counter my stuff, I don't know. I'm
And
just
I mean,
never
like,
scared.
you know, I'm on the more like scam version, so I'm not
Yeah.
on like hard counterspell.
Okay, but White
Right,
Orchid
but,
Phantom.
yeah.
We're,
White Orchid Phantom.
Okay.
Looks really good here
So we are not presenting Gigantha. Ooh.
because of the White Orchid Phantoms.
Yeah,
So you got to
okay.
pay attention to those little tells. And of course, it always kind of psychs you out because now Raymond's thinking like, what double pip card is he playing?
Yeah, it's like, is he playing Charma against me?
Yeah, like that seems kind of bad.
Because I would.
yeah, Charma still probably good enough to get there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it probably is good enough.
Right? Because Zoo is weird when it comes to its mana, where you know it needs these specific lands, but it operates off of like 2 to 3 lands.
But, like,
max.
the thing is, I've done it. Like, I did it against Robbie in the qualifier that I played in.
Yeah.
I really played in my Charmhouse against him. I'm like, well, if I take out his 2 black sources, he's on 4 colors. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
all right.
Scion
so
becomes like infinitely more unplayable if I
Yeah.
just get rid of one land type.
yeah. Oh, here we go. Leyline of the Guild Path off the hop. That's what we want to see,
Yeah.
especially on the draw.
Also, Leyline is exceptionally good against
So
Boros.
this is not the start you want to see if you're a Boros player.
tap land pass. Yeah.
Not good. White Orchid could change the tempo in this situation, but I ain't really too hopeful because if I was Raymond and I even sniffed a White Orchid Phantom, I'd play a fetch and pass. Kill it, boy. It don't matter.
Yeah, that's the thing about being on the play with Phantoms is that it's got the spreading seas problem. Where if your opponent plays fetch, you can't deploy it. You have to
Right.
wait.
Right, and just to reiterate, Raymond's list is slightly different. It's 21 lands. I think that's a little uncommon right now. I think it's 20 lands, but it's because there's an Arena Glory, and there's a plains and a mountain. There's no forest.
So that makes Kavu hard to deploy unless you have to fetch mountain and then go.
And it makes Leyline of the Guild Pact impossible to deploy.
Yes.
Interesting decisions here. But yeah.
Yeah, so basic from Raymond. So he's afraid of Blood Moon? right? That's
I would.
gotta be what that
That's
means.
that's my assumption.
But I mean,
it-
also like Leyline, fixes mana too, which is nice. So yeah, that's a Blood Moon tell. For
yes.
Sure. And here comes second land. Oh my God, Pyroclasm! Just undoing the whole Raptor turn. I mean, it's funny because it's still a 1-for-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Technically,
played one card. You played one card.
based on cards in hand, it is a 1-for-1.
Yes. And now we're going to see White Orchid. No, we're going to Raptor it again. Run back Raptor.
And then White Orchid, like, only hitting non-basics, like, Raymond's immune here, right? Like, he has the ley line out,
Yep.
and he has the one basic out. He can find the next basic if he hits a red-based fetch land, but, like, and how many red bases does he run? This is always interesting to me about the Zoo decks. Like, you have the basic planes, but you have 4 Wooded Foothills, 4
Yeah.
Flooded Strand. That's usually the common ones, and then you usually have 4 Windswept Heath, but I don't see that from Raymond.
Yeah.
I see 4 Arid Mesa. So he's leaning towards, and it makes sense because he doesn't have the Windswept Heath,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, and Steven getting a bit of a whiff here with Raptor, or second Raptor into Bombardment.
Yeah.
And Raymond's like, hey, sweet, here's my 5/5.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is the type of creature that you need to play in the face of Boros energy. It's like you need to have a really good Galvanic Discharge, or the Static Prison, or you're being busted.
Yes.
Like it's yeah.
Yeah, the thing
Well,
about 5/5s is that
he-
they're always a 4-turn clock, so
He likes his Surveil. Here we go.
looks like it's Guide of Souls. Are we gonna see Guide into? And so what's actually?
I would be so scared of casting the White Orchid Phantom on his fetch land right now that's tapped, and then him finding the second basic. Okay, Raptor comes in.
Sorry, just a second. I'll be right back.
No sweat. Raptor comes in. I didn't see what it revealed. Oh, it looked like it just revealed a Johnny. Or is it on the stack? Oh no, it didn't reveal a Johnny. That was my mistake. So is we're revealing cards off the top? Well, here's it. Well, maybe I didn't lie. It
Wow,
did reveal
psychic.
a Johnny. Yeah. I saw a Johnny in the graveyard. I figured it was what was revealed, but I assume not.
So another Johnny. Just gonna bolt it in
With-
response to the trigger. Very, very smart.
Yeah.
Because now there's no window for Steven to flip with some cheeky.
Yeah. He's still gonna fling it with the Goblin Bombardment.
Yeah. I mean, look, you get your 1 damage.
What's there seems to be a situation here, but yeah.
There's like a Guide of Souls trigger. I think they're resolving.
Yeah, he can respond to all this. Raymond's not doing anything illegal.
No.
I think maybe Steven's just misunderstanding what's going on, but the Johnny has resolved.
Yeah.
The triggers are on the stack.
Shoot.
Yeah, so
get
he's
cat.
going to shoot him in response. Yeah, I think there was just a little bit of miscommunication there, but now it's a full understanding. Perfect. Cat tokens in. Got his soul trigger in. You're at 4 energy. You have Goblin Bombardment. Let's see if you can go wide. So I would attack obviously with the original Raptor, and then just give it flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then jump it.
No reason not to jump it. Flying Raptor. Okay, so Raymond has an uphill battle. He cast Pyroclasm, but it looks like it does not matter.
No,
Yeah.
just Boros Energy just basically undid Pyroclasm in a turn.
But to undo a second Pyroclasm would be insanely difficult, and at the same token here, like this is like where the One Ring shines in the Boros Energy deck. It's like, oh, I got swept twice, but I still win.
Oh, there's Sun Cleanser. That's pretty good. Yeah, because what's awkward here actually about Pyroclasm is that it does end up killing Raymond's Kavu as well, since Steven can just throw the 3 things that die at Kavu and then it finishes it off.
Oh,
But,
that's worth it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Discards Steam Vents, draws a new card.
Hi. For Derek? Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. See, I don't know if I'm out to lunch, but like, I don't feel like
you are right now.
I am literally out to lunch. But I think Sun Cleanser is like a trap. I don't think it's actually that effective against Boros
I think it's
energy.
effective against Boros energy. I don't think it's effective against Jeskai control. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, and some people I know may feel opposite, but I play Jeskai control, and when my opponents play Sun Cleanser, I'm like, cool.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. Flage.
You can have your 1/4. Yeah. Like.
Flage, subtlety, counterspell.
Yeah.
Spell snare.
Like, does this thing even kill me?
Dress down.
Do you want a dumpling?
Oh yeah, why not? No, we're both having lunch. Okay.
Hell yeah, we're both out to lunch here. Honestly, some of the most relevant text actually on Sun Cleanser is it being a 1/4. Like
Absolutely.
you just eat a raptor. Mm-hmm. You're like, yeah, seems great. And of course, Steven's got a very sad Galvanic Discharge in hand.
Yeah.
Currently has no text.
Here's Knight of the White Orchid coming down.
Finally.
White Orchid Spirit, yeah. What does this do? Oh, makes my situation better. If he destroys one of his lands and finds his mountain, I don't think Steven's gonna be happy.
Yeah, it's going to be a questionable rest of the game here.
Destroy up to, so he doesn't have to. He doesn't
No.
have to choose.
Because yeah, this is kind of the sad part here is that like, because of Leyline, this worker event doesn't really do anything. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's gonna throw 2 guys over to finish off the Sun Cleanser though, because it took 2 from the Raptor.
So, question: the Raptor had first strike.
Mm-hmm.
Why not pre-play it, save the Raptor? Is there a reason
Well, yeah,
behind
so you
that?
figured that.
I could see that being the correct play if there's a Flage in hand.
Well, yeah, I think one thing that he missed was that he should have done first strike on Raptor and then sack itself, because it's
Yes.
gonna die anyway. So might as
Yeah.
well hit 1 more point and then you save.
That's also the
extra
other play.
creature,
Yeah, technically that's also the other
Right,
play.
and then you
yeah.
throw the token or whatever else you want, and then yeah, Steven still has a White Orchid Phantom
Yeah.
on this board,
Yeah,
which is relevant because it flies.
yeah.
Right, the only reason that Steven is still kind of ahead right now is because the one Raptor's already been jumped,
Yeah,
and it can still get in.
I think we need to sit here and analyze that the Guide of Souls time has passed,
Yes.
right? We should have sacked the Guide of Souls then. It should have been the Guide of Souls and the Raptor. Yeah. And then I would have kept the 2/2 flyer,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Because he has to regain all this energy back. Like, there's a lot of attrition that has to happen now. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I might actually be incentivized here to use the Galvanic Blast as a energy ritual.
yeah.
Just gain 3, jump the Guided Souls itself,
Yes.
swing for 6.
Yeah.
Or, no, 7 actually.
That would be lethal right here.
Does he see Ritual Discharge? Nope. Just gonna hit for 4.
Oh, I would sack it, deal the 1, deal the 1, sack it, deal the 1.
You're never getting that back. It's fine. Just deal your 1 damage. Raymond at 6? That's 6.
I don't know if the Raptor hit the graveyard or not. Oh, he did touch the Goblin Bombardment, so maybe it did happen.
Yeah, And then damage from guide. Down to 5. Oh, no, back to 7. Shooting the Kavu for 1.
I think that might have been a misclick on the camera. I think it actually is at 5.
Bowman now. Still before blocks.
Hit the Guide of Souls block with the Orc token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you sack, I guess.
Kill the Orcish.
I guess.
Well, you play the One Ring. You would get rid of the Orcish.
Yeah. Or is it discharge save? It is discharge save. Okay. There's a lot of moving parts going on in this one combat step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Raymond really wants to see a Scion in this next draw step to try to.
Do we have a removal for the Kavu? This is like literally what we need to do right now.
I think we're fighting over the Kavu right now, right? Guide of Souls.
That's not sufficient enough. Like this Kavu being in play is a big problem still. We need to answer it. Like this Kavu has been dominating the board state like piece by piece this whole game. Discard another ley line, get a new card.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe not realizing how the first strike and the Goblin Bombardment could have worked together there might cost Steven this game. And then the match. Let's see what happens. Oh, well.
No, not that one.
Oh, yeah, another one. There you go.
Uh-huh.
Take it. Yeah.
Seems good. Yeah, and I think not using the galvanic discharge as a ritual was a huge mistake. Right, because like Raymond's still at 7.
Well, like before you attacked, you could have had the 2 guides out and then just played another creature and then just passed the turn. You would have taken the 5 anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're not blocking, and then your attack next turn is just huge. Like one leyline binding isn't going to stop the double energy gain from the Guide of Souls, right? Like, and this is sort of like why I figured like the Guide of Souls era might have been over, because like you're losing board state. Like in order to draw back into the board state, you're drawing the One Ring anyway, so it doesn't matter. But like, yeah, these White Orchid Phantoms have been a little embarrassing in the face of Leyline of the Guild Pack. Even though this is probably the matchup that's better for it, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, kill your Triumph.
This is where it's better than Charma, right?
Yeah.
This is always going to be a 2-mana blow up your land.
Yeah, yeah. But it didn't end up being as impressive whatsoever.
No.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to hit his own land, actually.
Ooh.
Thinning the deck.
Well,
this ain't Flagsons of Trocaire, though, so no
he probably doesn't want to
ramp.
spend any more energy using his mana when he needs the energy to attack with Guide of Souls.
Yeah.
And since Raymond so graciously showed the Wooded Foothills in his hand, it didn't really matter, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of an oopsie.
Hot take, they should have put retro frames on the cons fetches.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I
mean,
know
eventually.
the new art is beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
I can't, like, there's a lot of new art that's beautiful in Modern Horizons 3, but that would have been a win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
had the retro frame on these, on the
For
on
like
these
the
arts,
double throwback,
yeah.
where it's like, here's the new art.
Here's what it would have been,
But
yeah.
with the old border.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, so I mean, like, Steven has to chump here also, because he can't beat 2 copies.
Yeah, like the whole situation definitely turned really quickly.
Yeah,
like,
and the fact that Raymond gets to now also look at 2 more cards,
yeah.
like, devastating. Raymond is at 4 though, so he might be feeling a little bit scared. Just Flage.
Just kill your guy.
Just win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
So Zoo has a matchup against Boros.
yeah, apparently Zoo's got some game.